Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go, this is Valley News Live at 5.
We're starting with new developments tonight in the disappearance and murder case of Fargo woman Savannah Greywind. Authorities are now saying a farmstead near where Greywind's body was found is no longer considered a crime scene. Her body was wrapped in plastic and discovered in the river near Harwood, close to that farm. Fargo police say they are actively still pursuing all leads and options to determine where the murder took place. Meanwhile, Savannah Greywind's death has the community heartbroken. People around the world are interested in hearing about the baby girl everyone assumes is hers. Greywind's mom and dad, along with her boyfriend, are now able to see that baby girl, Hazley Joe. She's healthy, and we're told it looks just like Savannah. As of today, they haven't heard when the baby will be released to family. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Nicole Johnson explains how some people are trying to take advantage of the tragic death.
It's a difficult time for the family of this young woman, Savannah Greywind. They're dealing with her loss and the stress of planning a funeral, but there's something else in the back of the family's mind. Confusion created mainly by the internet. People across the world are empathetic, some trying to be helpful, others may have deceptive motives. Online, there are tons of fundraisers claiming to be raising money for Savannah's funeral costs or baby Hazley Joe. However, Savannah's mom says there are people trying to take advantage of the situation. One account they're concerned about is someone claiming to be a family member who isn't. Another Facebook page is getting called out by people saying the person running the account recently got out of prison and is still on probation. We've heard of other instances where people have used tragedies to raise money, then take the profit for themselves. Greywind's family is asking you to only donate to the U.S. Bank fund they created. It's under the name Hazley Joe. U.S. Bank tells us you have to donate in person, but you can use any location across the nation. Money donated will help take care of expenses for Greywind's funeral that's being planned in her honor. Nicole Johnson, Valley News Live.
The Ramsey County Medical Examiner tells us Greywind's body can be released once the family chooses a funeral home. They couldn't go into any more detail about what the autopsy revealed, saying they forward the information to the Fargo Police Department and they choose what to release. Right now, all we know is that she died of homicidal violence, meaning there is more than one thing that could have caused her death. The wind picked up today, but it's been quiet. Nothing to worry about so far, right, Justin?
No, nothing to worry about as we go through tonight and through the overnight period. But then we have something to worry about for the day tomorrow. Let's get into it right now. Looking off to our west, really warm out there. 90 at Dickinson and Williston, 86 right now at Bismarck. We're pretty nice. Temperatures getting into the upper 60s. In Lakes Country, we're into the mid 70s here into the Southern Valley. We are seeing mainly clear skies, some smoke in the atmosphere from some wildfires in Canada. As you make your way to Jamestown, points off to the west, you start running into some clouds and some showers and thunderstorms now along the North Dakota and Montana border. They will track into our direction as we go through the overnight and for the day tomorrow, when we're tracking a chance of some severe weather. But for tonight, we're just going to have clear skies turning cloudy as we go through the overnight period. Temperatures, if you have evening plans, getting into the lower 70s and then eventually reaching the mid 60s by around midnight. After we get past the chance of some thunderstorms tomorrow, wait till you see the next 7 days. Plenty of sunshine, and it will be warm for this time of year. We'll tell you when we'll see the 80s, close to 90s, coming up a little later on in the newscast.
Wow, coming back, huh? The 90s?
Yeah, the heat is coming back.
Yeah, thanks, Justin. A North Dakota man will serve 15 years in federal prison for production of child pornography. 28-year-old Justin Wiley pleaded guilty to 1 count of production of child porn in November and has now been charged after investigators found child porn files being shared from his computer. More than 7,000 suspected child porn images and 102 suspected child porn videos were recovered from Wiley's computer. A Moorhead man facing 4 felony child abuse charges is now requesting a trial. 31-year-old Sean Foltz requested a jury trial Thursday in Clay County District Court. Court documents state that police were first alerted to the case back in May when a 2-month-old child was brought to the hospital with bruises and marks in several places on her body. During the investigation, Foltz told police that he had rubbed hot sauce in the child's eyes, snapped her in the face with a towel, and would think of ways to hurt the child while he was at work. He's facing 2 assault charges, along with charges of child neglect or endangerment and malicious punishment of a child. A trial date has not been set. The body of a missing Grand Forks man has been found in an Otter Tail County lake. Police say 39-year-old Peter Ackenborough was reported missing last Saturday after he took a jet ski out on West Battle Lake and never came home. A family member later found the jet ski drifting, but Ackenborough was nowhere to be found. The Otter Tail County Sheriff's Office says his body was found by a dive and rescue team yesterday afternoon. Fargo police are investigating a possible assault overnight. Officers were called to the Graver Inn on Roberts Street about 3 this morning after a man reported he'd been stabbed in the neck. As police investigated and questioned other witnesses, they say it appears a fight had taken place, but there were conflicting stories. Police say the man who called them was taken to the hospital to be treated for his injuries, but has been released. So far, police haven't arrested anyone. North Dakota is going to help President Donald Trump build the wall. U.S. Customs and Border Protection announced today that contracts have been awarded for concrete prototypes of the border wall. And Fisher Sand and Gravel Company, founded by the Fisher family in Dickinson, North Dakota, was one of the 4 contractors chosen. If you would like more information on the other contractors and the details behind the prototype, we've got it posted on our website at valleynewslive.com. There was an explosion and fire at a chemical plant near Houston overnight, and authorities fully expect there to be more. Aerial video shows the Arkema chemical plant in Crosby. Authorities say the liquid organic peroxides produced there need to be kept cold, and if not, the materials generate heat, which could lead to fire and explosions. The company says all backup systems put in place before Hurricane Harvey failed due to the unprecedented flooding. The facility and a 1.5-mile radius around it have been evacuated for safety. At this point, authorities say there's nothing they can do to stop the other storage containers from catching fire.
They're noxious, certainly. The toxicity of the fume, you mean the smoke? I mean, it's, I don't know the composition of the smoke, but it's certainly noxious, so.
That question was asked several times, whether the smoke generated by the fire was toxic. That representative would only say it is noxious and it could irritate the eyes and lungs. The Harris County Sheriff says 15 deputies have been treated at a hospital after encountering the smoke. As of this morning, all but 2 had been released. The Trump administration is retaliating against Russia in response to the Kremlin forcing a cut in U.S. diplomatic staff in Moscow. State Department officials say that Russia's San Francisco consulate and diplomatic annexes in New York and Washington, D.C. that house trade missions must close by Saturday. It's not known how many employees will be affected by the closings. Officials say the reduction will leave the U.S. and Russia with 3 consulates in each other's country. Earlier this year, Moscow forced a cut in American diplomatic staff serving in Russia in retaliation for U.S. sanctions. The Trump administration had to reduce its diplomatic staff by 755 people. Remember to like Valley News Live on Facebook. You can follow the latest news, weather, and breaking news updates anytime on your feed. All you have to do is search Valley News Live, like our page, and you'll stay informed throughout the entire day. We are just 2 days away from the first NDSU Bison football game of the season, and fans are gearing up, decked out in their green and gold, packing the parking lot of the Shields off 45th Street in Fargo for the Bison Block Party. And that's where we find Valley News teams Hutch Johnson and Beth Houle. Hutch, can you feel the thunder out there?
And we could steal the thunder. Yeah, we definitely have a lot going on here on the last meteorological day of summer. The weather is perfect. A lot of people must have heard the word that there's a block party going on. Joining me from Shields is Karen Olson. Karen, tell us about what time you're out here till.
Well, we're out here till 8 o'clock with the Shields Bison Block Party.
Very good. Now, you've got a lot of events for kids and big kids like us. Let us know what they might find.
Yeah, so right over here we've got the bouncy house. We've got a mechanical bull. We've also got fan mail for fans of all ages to write letters to their favorite Bison players and coaches. And, of course, the front fenders.
The front fenders, if you can't hear them in the background, then that's always going to be a good time because they're singing right now. Now, a lot going on here. Get on out tonight. Come say hi if you want to. Beth Houle, I got to tell you, every year this gets funner and funner. Is that a word?
Funner and funner.
Yeah.
I think it's the best way to put it. We have a blast out here every year at the Bison Block Party, hosted by Shields. A great crowd out here tonight. grabbing those last few yard signs that are available. If you want one, you got to get out here quickly. It's been a busy day for fans of all sorts today. Matt Cullen in town with the Stanley Cup. If you haven't seen, he started the day at the Sanford Children's Hospital, the new grant that he actually donated $100 million as part of the Coley Children's Foundation to the Coley Kids Cabin, and they were able to take it out there today and share the Stanley Cup with a bunch of children and their families who are going through some of the hardest times anyone could imagine. They enjoyed a couple of donut holes out there. Matt Cullen out there had to have a donut hole. Matt Cullen says eat a donut hole out of the Stanley Cup. You eat a donut hole out of the Stanley Cup. It was a good time for everyone. They then went over to Newman Outdoor Field where Matt Cullen's son threw out the first pitch for the Red Hawks, and then they took it over to Dairy Queen. And they were able to enjoy with the public. It was open to the public. The first person in line at 4 a.m.
Wow.
ready to see that Stanley Cup. They missed it last year, and they said they weren't going to miss it this year. This is really an opportunity that Matt Cullen says they try to share with as many people as possible.
Try to have fun with it and bring it to as many places and people as we can. I mean, it's not really about me or taking advantage of my time. It's more about bringing it to the community, and the kids especially is, seeing the smiles on their face. That's, makes it worthwhile and makes it fun.
Well, they certainly shared it with a ton of people here in Fargo-Moorhead today. The second straight year he's brought it back. He says he'd like nothing more than to bring it back a third year in a row, and this time with the Minnesota Wild. He finished his day off eating ice cream from Dairy Queen. After that, if you're looking to give back, they're selling blizzards at the Moorhead Dairy Queen today. All proceeds going to Coley's Kids Foundation.
The only blizzard you'll find in North Dakota today at the Dairy Queen. I wonder if they filled the cup with some ice cream.
They did. Matt Cullen enjoyed some to end the day there. So it was a lot of fun. We've got plenty more coming up for you guys today from the Bison Block Party. Go ahead and stick with us.
All right, thanks, Beth and Hutch. And tomorrow is Bison Football Eve with the NDSU cheerleaders and Gold Star Marching Band at the Old Broadway in downtown Fargo. And then game day on Saturday. If you can't be at the Dome, get your TVs tuned in to the KVLY Bison Football Network. The Farmers Union Insurance Bison Football pregame show starts at 1:30 with a kickoff to the 2017 season at 2:30. A long-time law enforcement officer is calling it a career tomorrow after 41 years of service. But before he hangs up his badge, Chief Deputy Rick Majerus was honored with a retirement party today at the Cass County Law Enforcement Center. Majerus started as a corrections officer in 1976 and then patrolled the roads in northern Cass County. Majerus says many things in law enforcement have changed and just hopes he has set a positive example for future generations of law enforcement.
Well, I expected some people, but I am just surprised, not really surprised, but happy that there's so many people that want to come and see me off.
Majerus has been recognized for his work over the years, and the exercise center at the Cass County Sheriff's Office is named after him. Just